Oh, I've got a treat today, folks. The Crimson PRS style guitar is together, it's wired, it's almost ready to play. The bridge is tilted up this way, the studs aren't going straight into the wood. So I'm gonna plug those holes with a hardwood dowel and re-drill these holes and just make sure they're straight up and down. I'm also out of space on the bass E string for adjustment for intonation, so I may move the bass side of this just a little bit forward and cheat when I re-drill those holes. The other thing is I have a high fret. I think there might be a couple others that are a little bit that way. So I'll just go through the whole thing and make sure all the frets are seated properly. Then we'll do a fret level and dress on the entire guitar, and it should be ready to kick some ass. There's a couple ways you can get these studs out. One way is to loosen these studs up here that we're dealing with, and then just yank with a hammer, claw, or something along those lines. And I don't prefer that method. What I like to do is drop something down into the hole and then just tighten this piece, and what that'll cause the screw to pull up on the stud. So that's what we're gonna do. Pilot holes drilled already, and now it's time to drill them to size. Our next big step is making sure that the neck is flat. So this thing has been without strings for a long time. It went through 2 moves, and yeah, it's been a while. I feel like I've neglected it, but I left the strings off and the neck has stayed pretty much dead flat. That's pretty nice. So I'm gonna leave it like that. And for those who don't know, there's actually just a little hump in the fretboard on the 2nd fret. Just ever so slight. For those who don't know, if you're setting neck relief and you don't have any string tension, it's best to set the fretboard completely flat, and then when you put string tension on, it'll usually come right into about 12 thou, sometimes 14, sometimes 10, but it's a really, really good starting point. You can just tweak it a little bit once you get it there, but set it flat to start with. So we'll do a little fret eraser on this guy, just kind of clean the tarnish off. These were in really good shape the last time I worked on it and looked at it. That is already 1,000 times better. Let's just take a quick peek at a couple things. Let's get rid of that. So I'm really shooting for 12 thou right around here. And we're a little bit heavy. Not too bad, but a little bit heavy. So I want to tighten the truss rod just a touch. Can you guys see me? I don't know. We're going to do that and see what that does for us. That felt pretty good. If you don't have a capo, you can use a notch straight edge and you just put it right on top of the frets. Oh baby, that's feeling really close. I'd say we go for another tussle with the truss rod. There we go. Yeah, we're just dragging on the 12 there with the straight edge. That's great. I wish you guys could reach through and feel what that feels like, because feeler gauges are just that. It's all feel, and you know, it's something that you develop over time. I can already tell this nut needs to go this way just a little bit. Yeah, yep. So I'll be taking off just the treble side of that nut to get it adjusted. That looks superb. Tom did a wonderful job carving this neck. So the next piece is string height, and we are way high. I can already tell you here at the 12th fret we are 7/64s. Yeah, 7/64s, and we want to see it somewhere around 4 or 5. We're going to loosen this off just a little bit so that it doesn't tighten as we twist. And hold your breath, folks. We're getting close to the bottom of this guy, but we will bring it down as far as we can go. Hopefully we don't need to go subterranean on this guy. Let's see what that does for us. Okay, that looks good. That actually feels a little bit low. I must not have had that tightened all the way last time. Let's do it without the tune first. And we're having the drag races again. Thanks, guys. We are just a hair above 4/64s, and I think that's probably good there. And then on the treble side, we need to come way down. We're 6/64s right now. So we're going to drop that to the deck probably, just looking at it. Probably tighten until we can't tighten anymore. Oh man, we're right at 3/64s. That's beautiful. Beautiful 3/64s. That's maybe that might be a little bit lower than I like to play them anyway. All right, let's get a tune and do a final check on that. Now let's see what we got. On the bass side, we are dead on 4/64s. I know people give me trash for saying dead on all the time. This one, I think, is still just a little bit high. Let's see if we can crank that down just a little bit more. I can see half a turn in there. There we go. We're getting it. We're getting it. What else do we got? Oh yeah, baby. Now we're to the deck. We are to the deck, but I think we're good. I think we're going to be all right. I like to play them just a little bit higher than a lot of people. I do have a shred guitar, my Kramer that a lot of you guys have seen. And that one I set up just a little bit low, but my Strats I always set up just a little bit higher. If I'm bending a lot of strings, I like the string to hit my fingertip, not the flat part of my finger. And when they get too low, I can't get it to hit my fingertip. We are going to tune it one more time here. We'll tune it in the flat position. It'll be okay, folks. I get comments all the time about tuning things and making adjustments in the flat position. Rest assured, before anything goes out my door, everything gets checked and played and adjusted in the final adjustments in the playing position. Doesn't often make a big difference, but every once in a while you'll see a little something something. So I do always do that. 4/64 on the dot. That's more like it. That's right at 3/64. Might be just a hair above. And if anybody doesn't watch Ben Eller, holy cow, you need to check out Uncle Ben. I've been working on my alternate picking with Uncle Ben. Of course, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do a good job here, but man, that thing's got a lot of, just the guitar in general has a lot of vibration in it. That's awesome. Like, man, this is going to be a screamer if these pickups are anything like I think they're going to be. The last thing we need to check is the nut. We'll swing you around just a little bit. Sorry about that, folks. 20 thou. And we are, you can see it, it's clearing on the first fret, or sorry, on the 6th string. Yeah. Wow, that's right on the money. Where are you choking, buddy? It's on that fret. Yeah, I got some fret work to do. I got to push those guys down. So we'll press them in and probably do a full fret level on this guy. So that'll be a job for another day. I do want to plug this in and at least hear what it sounds like. That should be fun, right? I'll take it. I want to say a huge thanks to Ben and the crew over at Crimson Guitars. This Kickstarter was something that I supported. I bought this body and neck from Ben. He did not give it to me. He used that Kickstarter to buy some CNC machines and I think to start the school. And I apologize that it took me this darn long to put together, but you know, I moved twice since I started building it. But wow, what an amazing Kickstarter to support the CNC machine, the school, all the other great things that Ben has done. I couldn't be happier to throw my money at a cause like that. I think Ben's doing wonderful things over there in the UK. I do want to say to everybody out there, please continue to stay safe, guys. I saw that Ben was back in his garden shed where everything started. That's where I started following Ben and started chatting with Ben on the YouTubes there. But oh, this is so cool. I still have to do some work on the frets. We're going to follow up with a complete fret redress and level. There are some loose frets in there that we talked about earlier, but this thing, awesome guitar. I want to thank everybody out there for following along on this build. I do always have affiliate links in the description below for all the various pieces and parts that I use, the ones that are on Amazon anyway. This again is some Schaller hardware here. This is satin stuff, and these tuners a lot of people have asked me about. They are the top locking tuners from Schaller. So again, satin finish, not too crazy about the satin finish, but these are the top lockers. Pretty awesome. Tusk nut here and lace death bucker pickups. Yeah, baby. This is a Tone Pros AVT2, I believe, which is made for PRS spacing. If you've enjoyed this build following along with me, I'd invite you to subscribe below. And that's it. Visit skyscraperguitars.com if you need any tools or anything else to help set up your guitars.
If you would like more guitar-related content, click that subscribe button. If you want to follow the rest of this build, click the playlist to the right. And as always, visit skyscraperguitars.com for guitar tools and accessories.